this July 14th Jackson County Commission meeting to order. Have a roll call.
District 1, Mr. Duffy.
Present.
District 2, Mr. Bellwood.
Present.
District 3, Mr. Miller. Present. And District 4, Mr. Levy.
Present.
Quorum is present, so we can conduct business tonight. Have our invocation by Mr. Porter and our pledge by Mr. Bell.
Lord God, our Father in heaven, we're blessed to be here today, this wonderful day. Thank you for the chance to be citizens of this great country and of this great county. We thank you for the men that are here, that are gathered to use their wisdom to guide the county. We pray for wisdom for them, for guidance and direction. We pray that they'll always get direction from you. Continue to be with us and watch over us. We pray that you'll keep our men and women in the armed services in safe condition, bring them home safely to the families, and be with the families while they're gone. Comfort them and guide them. In Christ's name we pray.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item is approval of the minutes from our previous meeting. We have the minutes from the June 23rd and July 7th meeting in our folders. We've had time to review that previously. Do we have a motion to accept these individually or all together?
You make a motion to accept them all together.
A motion to accept both. Do we have a second? Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say no. Next item is approval of the agenda. I would like to clarify some changes. The public hearing should be item number 1. We will not vote to approve any resolution tonight. That will come at a following meeting. But the first item will be the public hearing. No vote will be taken on that. I believe that's the only change. Are there any other changes before we proceed? Okay, then we'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda with that change.
So
Motion, we have a second.
second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Those opposed say no. Next is award and presentations.
We have tonight with us Mr. Nelson Russell and Todd Hickory, U.S. Bridge. They're a company that worked with us and supplied the Steel Truss Bridge up at Estill Park that we put in cooperation with Fish and Wildlife and Nature Conservancy. And I think Mr. Nelson tonight has something he'd like to present to the commissions at this time. I'll turn the floor over to Nelson.
I'm Nelson Russell with U.S. Bridge, and we did a plaque, and I don't know if you guys can get a picture of this or however you'd like me to present this to you guys, but we have a plaque that has the all the participants in here, so county commissioners, hopefully we spelled everyone's name right, and of course U.S. Bridge that I work with, and Todd actually works with Contact. We worked in conjunction with him, and we did look at him in the birthday, so, but he's okay. But I want to say you guys have a really good county engineering system. We work with Philip and his folks, and you may or may not know that your own crews, actually, your own county crews actually did the installation of the bridge, poured the concrete, set the steel. Very impressive. Set all still in one day. So very fortunate to have a good group of folks. I'd like to.
I don't know, this was a good project with several different agencies, and we did have I guess a ribbon cutting at the bridge, or kind of a press conference one day. But it's been a good project, and hopefully we can have a lot more projects that have the cooperation that we did with this one. So.
Guys, you want to get on with me?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
You're good. Let's take the photo.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Honor to work with you guys. Thank you very much. Good to see you, sir.
Next item is public comments. We have with us this evening a candidate for Lieutenant Governor, Mr. James Fields, and he's asked if he wants to say a few words.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Hodges, and Commissioner Duffy, and Venable, and Miller, and Ledwell. My name is James C. Fields, Jr., and I'm running for Lieutenant Governor, and I'm from over in Coleman County. Born and reared there in that area, a little small community known as the Colony. But this is a position that I believe that we can all agree that if we have someone supporting and representing us, each and every one of us, to the little lady on the end of the line, or the person who's sitting in an office downtown, need representation. And so that's why James Fields is seeking the office of Lieutenant Governor. I believe in fairness, I believe in integrity, I believe in trust, I believe in being compassionate, but I believe in being stern when you need to be stern. And I believe in our state. I believe our state will be much better. I believe if we work together, we can do a better job. And working together, we will do a better job. And we need your support, and we just coming through your county, want to share with you and want to thank you for allowing us the long opportunity to sit with you earlier and then to come here and address you again before this group. Each one of our counties, each one of our citizens, each one of our small towns, each one of our communities, all they want is good government. And that's what we'll give them if we elect this Lieutenant Governor. I don't want to take up much of your time. I know a lot of things you got to do, but I just want you to know how much we appreciate it, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And we'll be back again to share with you our feels and dreams, and what we hope to do in the coming years if we are elected as Lieutenant Governor. We're building a stronger environmental group in our education system, and especially small business. I would say that because only some of you are small business guys, but I believe small businesses are the backbones of our community, it's the backbone of our families, and we keep those guys intact, find ways to keep them going and being entrepreneurs, so we will have a better society and a better system. We appreciate the time I have with me, Will Bowden. He travels with me along with various others, but we'll be back again, and thank you for the hospitality, thank you for your kindness, and thank you for the generosity that you've shown us. Just thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
No old business, so we'll move right on to new business. The first item is the public hearing, and this is the time and place advertised for the public hearing regarding this Jackson County Solid Waste Management Plan. So at this time, we'll open up the public hearing, and I believe what we'd like to do first would be to allow Ms. Celeste Lockenmeyer, all right, thank you, she can kind of present some information on it, and then we'll take any other comments.
Yes, as the chairman said, I'm Celeste Lockenmeyer. I'm with Engineering Service Associates out of Birmingham, and we were fortunate enough to be selected by Jackson County Commission to prepare their solid waste management plan. Before I get into anything, I just want to make sure that everybody has signed the attendance sheet. This is something that anyone that is in attendance has to sign. So I guess we covered everybody there. All right, so I've got a prepared statement just so I don't leave anything out, because this is a very formal process that we have to do through ADM. And so I'll just start by reading my statement here. This public hearing has been called to hear public comments regarding the Jackson County Solid Waste Management Plan. A notice announcing this public hearing was published at least 30 days prior to this hearing, and copies of the plan have been made available to the public by the Jackson County Commission since June 9, 2014. Any public comments pertaining to the plan received either during the comment period or during this hearing will be made a part of the final version of the county's plan that is submitted to ADM. There are 2 sign-in sheets today for today's public hearing. Again, we ask that everyone in attendance make sure they sign the first attendance sheet, and if there's anyone wishing to submit public comment on the subject today, please indicate that desire by also printing your name and address on the public comment sign-in sheet. Is there anybody that's planning on submitting public comment on this? Okay, the Jackson County Solid Waste Management Plan has been prepared to fulfill a requirement of the Alabama Solid Waste and Recyclable Materials Management Act in the Code of Alabama 1975, Section 22-27-47. This section of the Act requires counties in the state of Alabama to develop and adopt comprehensive solid waste management plans which forecast and describe the management of solid waste generated within the local government's jurisdiction over a 10-year minimum period. A current solid waste management plan that has been approved by ADM is required before a county or municipality can grant local approval on matters related to solid waste management within their jurisdiction. The municipalities within the county have the option of adhering to the county's solid waste management plan, or they may choose to opt out and develop and submit their own plan to ADM. At this time, the city of Scottsboro is the only municipality in Jackson County that is opting out of the Jackson County Solid Waste Management Plan. Scottsboro has prepared and submitted their own updated plan. The county's plan addresses solid waste management issues such as determining the amount of solid waste that's currently being generated in the county, how this waste is collected and transported, which landfill this waste goes to for disposal, the remaining capacity of these landfills, and we also forecast the amount of solid waste that will be generated in the county throughout at least the next 10 years. Additional solid waste management issues such as recycling, illegal dumping, and future solid waste facilities are also discussed. Again, this public hearing is for the members of the commission to hear from the public specifically on the subject of the Jackson County Solid Waste Management Plan. And I ask that if anybody wants to speak, they can find their remarks to this subject until we close the public hearing. Again, is there anyone in attendance that wishes to submit public comment on the Jackson County Solid Waste Management Plan? If there are no comments, I will now formally close the public comment period for the Jackson County Solid Waste Management Plan. Thank you, Commissioners.
Any questions or comments from the commissioners? You should have all received a copy of the plan previously. You have a copy of the resolution that we need to adopt. We can put that on the agenda at the final meeting of this month. That way, if there are any other questions before then, we can get those to Ms. Lockemeyer. No other comments or questions? Okay, well, in that case, we'll close the public hearing. Thank you, Ms. Lockemeyer, for that, and hope to move forward with this